Okay, what's up, dudes? So I'm doing the number one most ripped TOA streamer on this planet in the world. Okay, in old school RuneScape. So here is my current level, and here's my current loadout. Justicar, Bando's Godsword, Light Bearer Ring, Bando's Godsword, Combat Bracelet, and so I have Saradam and Bruise, Divine Super Combat Potions, and in general, 2 Prayer Potions, 1 Super Anti-Poison, a Web Weaver Bow, and an Osmotin Fang. So I'm trying to join anyone's party just to flex nuts on the entire TOA raid community. In general, it's kind of difficult since I haven't worked out in a week and I drank a ton of Starbucks. So alright, so let me sort by levels, but might as well, because it kind of looks cool. And it could be it's pretty funny. Okay, so obviously I have a significantly better alright, so let's try to join someone's party. Alright, bro. So I'll have to sit here for... It looks like he switches Araxer from a normal Araxer to a baby, except the opposite. They have 2 versions of the Araxer, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, Jim 1G, he hatched the egg of Araxor, if I'm not mistaken, to create the other version of Araxor over here. Araxor is obviously a level 92 Slayer pet in old school RuneScape. So, I mean, I feel like this is probably like the #1 way to play old school RuneScape, especially considering alright, so let's refresh, sort by levels. This is ridiculous. Okay. I used to do this in Uno all the time on Xbox Live Arcade. It was OP. That was before college though. And I wasn't as insanely as in shape, which I'm not anymore. I have no opinions on working out. No, okay. So in college, I weighed 155, 160, and sophomore year of college, I benched. Junior year of college, I benched 225 twice. I deadlifted, don't deadlift more than 225 10 times or 20 times or 30 times. But I deadlifted 355 pounds, and I could do 30 pull-ups. I would do a ton of pull-ups, up to 100, okay, in a day. Just 10 sets of 10, easiest clean butter 10 ever. Pull-ups are way better, but deadlifts are very good. And then lastly, besides that, I would squat like 250, but mostly I prefer front squats with a barbell on the top front of my chest with my hands crossed over it, and only like 20 pounds on each side, maybe not even, because it also works out your abs and your quads. I like push-ups, sit-ups, sit-ups on the floor with my feet pressed against a staircase. In general, once I hit like June, I could do sit-ups with much better form, and you're actually squeezing with your stomach instead of etc. And once you hit 30 years old, okay, running gets more difficult. As a successful 28-year-old who was unemployed as a millionaire, once you hit 30, and you have to run inside in your own house, and there's low oxygen, and you have a heater on to get through from 0.25 miles and taking a break to untwist all the way up to 0.5 miles within a certain amount of time, all the way up until 3 months, or 2.5 months into the winter. You could go a full mile straight at 31 years old within 8 minutes and 15 seconds. But 32, I just walked. I did run initially, but then I walked. I was very upset. Okay. I have 0 opinions about sex. Okay. Personally, I take hot baths every single day. And before college, obviously, I got rid of all of it, everything. Hell yeah. Oh, my party's inside. Oh my god. I'm gonna TOA. Okay, dude. Check it out, bro. We're about to go into the Zabak fight. I don't have my ranging potion again. Oh my god. What are the chances we do Zabak again? If I ruin the Zabak fight, it's recording. So this is going to be in 4K pure Zabak. So essentially run in here, and as a team up to 8 people in TOA, you could drop one of your potions, pick up this water container, and if you're generally trying to learn old school RuneScape, you just need to get over to the waterfall. Avoid both the spikes and the green orbs. In general, they don't do too much damage. Okay, so here's my current level. So let's go and fill out the waterfall. Perfect. So it looks like the waterfall refills. So let's go over here. So since this is a food raid, I'm gonna drink my sour diamond potion, which heals like 12. So let's water the palm reserve. Perfect. So I'm gonna get rid of this crocodile for my teammates with a special attack. Okay. So I don't think you need to get another water container. Okay. So right now I'm listening to another streamer, which is pretty interesting, right? So how exciting is this? This reminds me of obviously underneath Mauritania in the agility course. So it looks like we managed to fill the tree all the way up to the maximum. So I'm gonna go with my web weaver bow all the way over to his back. Wonderful. Alright, so we're gonna be fighting Zabak in Tombs of Masket. So when you lose, you turn into a ghost over here. Okay? So we're gonna fight Zabak over here. I'm gonna activate Rigor, and protect from ranged. Okay? So, you could drink up your Sour Diamond Brew to heal up. And you could drink your Divine Super Combat Potion to offset all of the stat drains. So it also drains your range as well. So you need to bring ranging potions with you, which I did not do. So I'm going to fight him actually. Let's go near the rock so his roar does not affect me. I'm going to drink my super anti-poison and heal up. And let's drink my Divine Super Combat Potion. Alright, perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna try to fight him with my Osmompton Fang. And I'm gonna reheal my combat stats. Alright, let's try to fight Zabak with just a normal sword. I don't think that has any negative things associated with it. Let me check out my stats. Alright, so here comes the waves. I definitely have to avoid. Oh. Okay. I did beat Zabak before, so... Wow, a lot of people got hit by the roar there. That's very rare. They must have done that on purpose. It looks like there's 2 ghouls over here. You see? Oh, it just blinked. What is that? Who could be watching the Zabak fight? So, here's my name right here. The fight time elapsed is 5 minutes and 16 seconds. It looks like they're doing pretty well with Webweaver, Bow of Saildor, and General Vedion Summon, and Crossbow of Armadillo. Wow, so we managed to beat Zabak, and it still counts. Alright. So, we managed to beat Zabak, so I could talk to Krondus and get teleported back to the Nexus. Alright, nice. Let's see where everyone's going next. Oh, they're all going to Scabrous. Perfect. So, I'll be able to participate in the Scabrous fight within 13 minutes of logging in. This is obviously after the reveal of Varlamore Part 2. Okay. So, it looks like there's some cave imps here, and if they hit you, it does 30 damage. So, if you just run directly across, and it looks like they're activating the obelisks, so you have to enter them in a certain order, and if they light up again, yeah, so he did all of them. So if you light up a obelisk and then you light up another one and it stays lit, then you did it right. So for this one, you have to match the symbol to this symbol. So this symbol matches that, this one matches that, and it looks like you have to match the symbols. So, Hangman, knives, diamonds, Hangman, I think Hangman's here, right? Hangman, Hangman, Diamond, Diamond, Knives. Okay. WW. Okay. Hangman, Hangman. Oh. I would be very good at this. Okay. I think. I was slightly 1 second behind. But I generally would be pretty good at that. I can remember like 10 numbers at once. Okay. So if you could remember 10 numbers at once, you could do that. Alright, so... because they have decimal points, so why would I... like... why would I look a second time? Wow, I'm taking a ton of damage. Okay. So you clearly have to avoid Scabrous' meteors. So it looks like he let out a lot of eggs. I'm actually going to attack them because they do let out Scabroids who fly around. Mostly you need to focus on the arcane scab, right? Okay? Later on. But in general, he has 3 forms, I think, at least. Scabrous is... well, this is actually Kefri, but he is very fierce. Sorry. Alright, so I clearly made the Devourer joke properly when I started this. Like, I was sitting there and I was talking about being like I was devouring my team from afar, which was funny. Alright, so let's go take out the other arcane scarab. Perfect. So we should be getting an attempt to fight the final boss very soon. So let's heal up, because I don't want to get hit by a 40 damage hit here, because it's very critical. Alright, so let's drink up my stuff, back up. Oh wow, a cave-in. Alright, so let's keep fighting him. Alright, nice dodge there. Sorry, my calves are barely shaking. Alright, so let's watch out for that. Alright, take out the eggs here. Alright, perfect. Nice, we beat him. So here's Scabrous' capture. Amazing. Wow, check him out. He's so cute. Alright, so it looks like he is stopping Aku with the gold bar. Nice. And Assassin's Creed fans, he says, the noise, her voice in my head for so long. Now silence, it's so loud. Please, we must leave. Okay. So we've saved 2 of the gods. You could claim from the helpful spirit. Alright, so I'm gonna go for the power with the smelling salts. Right? Open supplies. So the smelling salts overpower you a ton. Alright, so... no way, bro. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't take a pickaxe. Okay. So, what they're going to do here is you do damage with your pickaxe. Okay? So, you could essentially turn the RE5 mirrors, and you just have to solve the puzzle. Also, I may have spoken negatively about like COD in any way, but I did see the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like the one with the classic World War I planes, and he was essentially talking to him like he was his wing, and I mean, associating to a person as a part of a set is a meme. Okay. So that's decreasing my stats and healing me for no reason. Alright, so let's dodge this orb. Perfect. Okay. So all my stats are set up. Let's heal up. Alright, so let's check out Het Seal over here. Wow. Wow, guys. No way. Okay. So we're going into the entryway. You could take a pickaxe from the statue. Wow. We got an Akka fight. So, Akka, you're gonna have to step from skull to fire. No, fire, skull, fire, prayer. Okay? Alright, so it looks like they're all attacking with mage here, which I don't have whatsoever. So I think it's mage up here, and then it's melee, and then it's ranged. Okay? And you have to protect corresponding. So when he gets over here, I'm gonna protect ranged, I guess. Okay? I don't think I could just hit him. Let's see if he hits me. Alright, I just took a hit. Did I just mess him up? Alright, so clearly we're walking him around, and we have 4 forms of him. They're all existing in a different ethos of existence. At this point, it looks like, wow. Yeah, so you need a... Oof. Menethos. Okay. Alright, so it looks like the time dials are slowly filling with sand. Okay. Sadly, I have my heat on, or I would look even cooler, right? It's pretty nice though. I can't believe I saw Peely Wolverine. How cool is that? Like, I wonder how rare that is. Yo. So, it looks like at this point they're all attacking Akka Shadow. They decided to attack the one that is slightly lit, but isn't colored. Alright, so the song in here happens to be Sands of Time, which is very cool. Okay? So it looks like the Sands of Time are, their health bar is going down. That's cool. So it looked like he was turned ink, which is kind of cool. Because I know Skyrim has a shadow elf or something. So UESP underscore something on Twitter has a ton of Elder Scrolls facts that got deleted along with all of my it got deleted with all of my movies. So it looks like they broke one of the Sands of Time, in fact. So they broke one of the Aka's shadows. Okay. His health continues to count down, but he still has 3 shadows. Wow, he just teleported. So they went to Skull. Oh, yeah, fire. This. And then fire. Nice. Oh wow, there are 5. Okay, so it blinks in corresponding order that you have to do. Okay. It'd be cool if he swung his spear and it hit this thing and it, like, I don't know, like rotated. That's what I just got by when he swung his spear. I just pictured that in my head. Obviously, you have to fight the enemy, so... And obviously, overall, fighting just the gargoyles themselves, after you have to take the items. You have to throw the hammers. Old school RuneScape is insane. Like, it's an insane workout, for sure. Like, I literally haven't been to the gym in like since 2019, and I just played RuneScape since like 2022, for sure. So it looks like we're about to beat TOA. Okay. Wow. So they beat his second shadow. Oh my gosh. So at this part, it looks like the whips are appearing. I'm just calling them wisps. They're actually called unstable orbs. Alright, so it looks like they need to avoid the orbs. That was an overly dramatic avoidance of the orb right there. Wow. They managed to beat Akka. Amazing. So, check it out. So here's Het. Wow. So they have a Het statue in RuneScape 3. You need to get 50 pieces of Het. Look how good he looks. Okay. Even with everything we're going through, I have to admit there was an impressive fight to behold. I wish I could have joined you. Now let us return to the Nexus. So, wow. Okay. So did we beat everybody there? Okay. Yeah, so the party ends. So I think you have to survive in order to go into a finale. I have no idea. We did just beat everybody, right? We didn't do Baba. They left before Baba. Very cool. Okay. Obviously. Okay. So, we got Het's capture. So, Osmumsen's monument, Het, is a sight to behold. I could spend days theorizing about the symbolism behind every detail, but time is not on my side. In this great chamber dedicated to his glory, Het himself is now in prison, guarded by an entity unlike any other, Akka. It is said that long ago, the Devourer was cursed to gain followers. If this curse ever existed is hard to say, but if it did, its effectiveness seems to have diminished over the years. While few in number, there are those who truly pledge themselves to the Devourer and all her destructive ways. I'll give you guys a moment to process the Shadow of Tumakin. Or Tumakin's shadow. To be a follower of the Devourer is to be an outcast at best. It's therefore no surprise that these outcasts have often banded together. One mostly forgotten, but still notably grouping, was the Children of Rebirth. The Children of Rebirth was a cult of former warriors dedicated to the Devourer's original form, a Amasket, the goddess of rebirth. They were firm in their belief that they must achieve a perfect death so that a Amasket would allow them to be reborn in perfected form. And when the day of their supposed rebirth came, they performed a ritual at Amasket and poisoned themselves in her name. Of course, it was long assumed that the ritual achieved nothing, but it seems that assumption wasn't quite correct. With the Amasket long gone, the ritual instead called out the Devourer, and she arrived to find Akka as the sole survivor among the many dead. His poison had failed, but he was on the verge of death. The Devourer took Akka and sealed him in a sarcophagus, trapping him between life and death. She then performed a ritual of her own, calling out to Het. While Het almost certainly realized it was a trap, he was unable to ignore the call. Like many of his fellow cultists, Akka's life prior to the cult was of a soldier dedicated to Het, and so the god felt he had a duty to help his former acolyte. Het arrived, expecting to face the Devourer, but was faced with a manifestation of Akka himself. Fueled by vengeance and against the god who had abandoned him, he gave the Devourer the distraction she needed to capture Het. Now, all these years later, Akka remains a slave to the Devourer. While still trapped in his sarcophagus, powerful manifestations of his emotions make for perfect guardians, ensuring that none will be able to free his former god. Wow. Scabrous' capture. An empty lecture theater isn't the first thing you'd associate with the god of isolation, but in truth, it makes perfect sense for Scabrous. This god has been misunderstood over the years, but history has made it clear that he is the most intelligent of the lesser deities. What better way to represent him than with an empty hall of knowledge? Of course, this section of Optimutin's tomb has now taken on a far more sinister meaning, for it is now home to Scabrous himself and his guardian spirit, Kefri. Similar to the cruel nature in which the Devourer captured the other lesser deities, Kefri was key to her plans with Scabrous, who was, in fact... Okay, similar to the cruel manner in which the Devourer captured the other lesser deities, Kefri was key to her plans with Scabrous, who was, in fact, the first lesser deity she captured, the last of her race. Kefri is a Dawn Scarab, one of the extremely long-lived and intelligent race of beetles. The rest of her kind were wiped out during the Great War with the ruinous powers, but Kefri escaped death thanks to Scabrous himself. Over the years, Kefri dedicated himself to Scabrous, living a content life of isolation. However, no being is infallible, and her isolation soon began to take its toll. Fearing for the end of her race, Kefri longed for her children to pass on her knowledge. The Devourer learned of her desires, and a pact was soon made. In return for her help, the Devourer would revive her race, making Kefri's children even smarter than herself. Desire could be the death of reason, and even with all of her intelligence, Kefri failed to see the truth until it was too late. By warping another race of scarabs, the Devourer granted Kefri her children as promised, but they had no more intelligence than a common locust. However, the Devourer had promised children even smarter than Kefri herself, and that was a vow she intended to keep. She bound Kefri and destroyed her mind, leaving nothing more than a husk. In her final moments of consciousness, Kefri called out to Scabrous, but by the time he arrived, it was too late. The plan had worked perfectly, and thanks to Kefri, the Devourer had captured her first lesser deity. Oh my god. The drama. Okay. It only took 37 minutes to beat 3 of the bosses. I can't believe I got felled by the crocodile this time. But we beat Akka, which is pretty cool. So